Now we have a new kind of problem to solve that has a whole fraction with the variable instead of just the variable over a denominator. To get rid of the negative 4/5, we are going to multiply both sides of this equation by the reciprocal of negative 4/5, which is negative 5/4. Again, we use parentheses to show the multiplication. And if I multiply the left side of the equation by negative 5/4, I have to multiply the right side of the equation as well. So on the left side of the equation, the negative 5/4 times the negative 4/5 equals 1, which leaves me with just an x on the left side of the equation. So on the right side of the equation, I need to put my denominator of 1 under the 8, and then I have negative 8 times negative 5, which equals positive 40, over 1 times 4, which equals 4. To simplify this fraction, I can do 40 divided by 4, which means that x equals 10. I can check my work by starting with the original equation again. So I have negative 4/5 x equals negative 8. I'm going to substitute the 10 in for the x, which gives me negative 4/5. Again, I'm going to put parentheses around the 10, equals negative 8, question mark. So I need to recognize that the 10 is over a 1, so I can multiply with my fractions. So negative 4 times 10 equals negative 40, and 5 times 1 equals 5. So negative 40 divided by 5 is negative 8, which equals negative 8, so this checks. Now you can try number 4 from your textbook, so please pause this video and write the problem down and look at your example to try it. After you've tried the problem, go ahead and hit play and check your work with me. So to solve this problem and get x by itself, I want to multiply by the reciprocal of the 2/3. So I am going to write parentheses to show multiplication, and the reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2. So I'm going to have to multiply the left side of the equation also by the 13/2. So on the right side of the equation, that will leave me with just an x, because the 2 times 3 is a 6, and the 3 times 2 is a 6, and 6 over 6 equals 1. So I have 1x on the right side of the equation. On the left side of the equation, again, I need to put the 1 under the 14 so that I can do my multiplication. And I'm going to need to do 14 times 3 off to the side. I can't do that one in my head. So 14 times 3, I'm getting 42. So positive 3 times negative 14 gives me a negative 42 over 2, which is the division problem of negative 42 divided by 2, which equals negative 21. So checking my work, I'm going to start with the original equation. And then I'm going to substitute in my negative 21 for the x. Again, we use parentheses. And I'm going to put a question mark because I'm checking my work. So I do want to put a denominator under the 21 of a 1. So I'm left with, on the left side of the equation, that negative 14. And 2 times negative 21 is a negative 42 divided by 3. So I need to know if that equals 14. I'm going to have to, off to the side, do a little bit of long division here. So I have 42 divided by 3. So that goes in once. Subtract, I have 12, and 3 goes into 12 4 times. So a negative divided by a positive is a negative number. So this problem checks. Negative 14 does equal negative 14. Okay, this is number 5 in your textbook. So again, please copy the problem and hit pause and try to solve the problem, and then replay the video and see how you did. So to start this problem, so I can get b by itself, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of negative 8/5, which is 5/8, and a negative times a negative is a positive, so I do want to multiply by a negative fraction here. Again, if I multiply the left side by negative 5/8, I need to multiply the right side by negative 5/8. On the left side, I have 5 times 8 is 40, and on the denominator, 8 times 5 is 40, and 40 divided by 40 is 1. So that is leaving me with 1b on the left side of the equation. I need to recognize that the 5 has that denominator of a 1. So for my numerators, I have 5 times negative 5, which is a negative 25, over 1 times 8 is 8. And if you were to simplify this fraction, you can do 25 divided by 8, which is 3 times, leaving 1/8 left over. Okay, last practice problem. Go ahead and write this problem down and hit pause and try the problem, and then hit play on the video to check your work. Okay, so we need to get h by itself again, so we are going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of the 3/8, which is 8/3. So again, the 8 times 3 over the 3 times 8 gives me 24 over 24, which is 1. So on the left side of the equation, I just have my h. On the right-hand side of the equation, I'm going to go ahead and write in my denominator for the 9. So in the numerators, I have negative 9 times positive 8, which is a negative 72, over 1 times 3 is 3. This is a long division problem, so I'm going to go ahead and write it off to the side. 72 divided by 3. 7 divided by 3 is twice. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. And a negative divided by a positive is a negative. So the answer to this one is h equals negative 24.